Alright, so today is another pretty simple and straightforward video, and what I'm going to show you how to do is how to change the oil in a Honda S2000. This is an AP1, but it's all the same no matter what year you have. The steps are raise the car, put it on jack stands, drain the oil pan, drain from the filter, install the drain plug back, install a new filter, fill it up. You know, pretty straightforward stuff, but I guess I just felt like wanting to shoot something, so I will take you through the steps. So first, I'm going to jack the car up, and on the Honda, the jack point, there's a center jack point right here in front of the oil pan. So use that to lift the car and put it on jack stands. Alright, so with that, I'm under the car and I have my drain plug or drain pan in position here. The oil drain plug is on the passenger side, and there's a 17 mil bolt right there for the drain. So go ahead and just remove that and let it drain. Another thing you could do to help this is unscrew the oil fill cap up top just so that air goes in and drains a little bit smoother. I am also draining this engine hot, and if you're doing that, just make sure that you don't burn yourself when you pull the plug out, okay? So, alright, it's cold. I'm gonna let that drain, and I'm gonna unscrew the fill cap up top. Alright. So, while this is happening, we can go ahead and get this drain plug ready for retorquing. So, as you can see, there's a copper gasket here. That's one-time use. So, make sure you have one of these beforehand. And I'm going to clean this up, hit it with brake clean. New copper gasket, and the retorque spec is 33 foot-pounds. Okay. Alright, so here it is cleaned up with a new gasket, and the size on that is gonna be an M14. Alright, so the main drain plug or the drain plug has slowed down pretty good, so I'm going to install and torque that back up. And now I'm going to drain the oil filter, which is up here, right there. Okay, and for that I am going to use an oil filter wrench. I just got this from Harbor Freight also, so pick yourself up one of these. Alright, so now I got the oil filter loose, so I'm going to put the drain pan under it, and I'm going to rotate it off by hand from the top, or hopefully I can. Yeah, so you see I'm spinning it, okay. Okay, that fell. That's okay. And now, while I'm gonna give that a little bit of time as well, but while that's happening, this is the new oil I'm going to fill this car with. Filter. This is a FRAM TG7317. I'm not really loyal on brands or anything, I just get whatever is a good deal at the time. And this is 6 quarts of Amazon Basics 1030 synthetic. Now the car takes 5 quarts, but this is just in case, you know, I need to ever top off or anything. So yeah, first I'm going to install the filter and then pour the oil. I'm only going to put in 4.5 quarts and then start the car, let it run for a little bit, and then top it off after that. Alright, so installing the oil filter first, and that's, you know, you just twist it on the same way you twisted it off. But before you do that, you know, take a dab of the used engine oil and give a little bit of lubrication to both this rubber seal and the threads over here. Okay. And I'm going to do that with my left hand because I'm going to use my right hand to thread it on, and I don't want it to be slippery. And if you these are all the same. You definitely don't want to over tighten your oil filter, and they typically have instructions on the housing. So in this case, this says 1 turn. Okay, so hand tight and then 1 turn. It's bottomed out now, so I'm going to go 1 full turn. And that's gonna be good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the car, and then I'm going to fill it back up with oil. You could fill the car and, you know, start it up on the jack stands or whatever. And that's not a bad idea because then you could, you know, let it run and go under the car again and see if it leaks, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to leak, so I'm just going to drop it down right now. Yeah, and then again, like I said before, I'm going to add 4.5 quarts of oil, let it run for a little bit, and then top it off after. Alright, so now I have my funnel, and I'm going to start filling it up. And before I add the last half quart, I wanted to show you this. So most oils, if you buy them, have a clear side to them that shows the level of it. So over here it says 800 mil or 28 ounces, I guess. And basically I know I'm gonna put in half by, you know, putting it or feeding it oil until the level hits this marker right here. Now I'm going to get back in the car and start it up and let it run. You could only do this for, you know, 30 seconds or so is fine. You don't have to let it run for a while. Alright, so now with the engine back off, you're going to also want to wait about a couple minutes just to give the heads and all the valve train, the oil up there, get a chance to drain down so you could get an accurate measurement of the oil in the pan. So I'm just going to take this time to clean up everything else. Alright, so now that the oil's had a chance to settle, I'm going to open up and read the dipstick. So how you do that is you just pull it up, clean off whatever oil's on there now. And it might be hard to see just because this is like brand new oil, but so try your best to clean it up the best you can and reinsert it and pull it back up. So here's the result. So for me, I'm reading the dipstick right here, and the mark between the low mark and the full mark is 1 quart. Okay, so what I'm gonna actually do is I'm gonna put the rest of that quart in there, and then about a quarter of another bottle, and that should read full. Actually, I'm not going to open the last bottle just because I know at this point it has enough oil in it. So I'm just going to run the car around like this and just keep the extra bottle inside the car and top it off whenever it gets, I'd say below, if it falls below the halfway mark on the dipstick, I top it back up. So yeah, with that said, redo your valve cover or oil fill cap and you're good to go. Cool. See you next time.